Welcome to BB's African News Magazine show on Jambo Radio, the show that focuses on all things positive coming from the Scottish African diaspora and the African continent at large. We're reporting from here on all things Africa related before, during, and after the current COVID-19 crisis. I am Beanie Briggs McKinley, BB, and as always, I will be your host. Today on the show, I'm almost unbearably excited to be introducing our guest, and that's because that auspicious guest is the one and only Nse Ikpe-Etim. Nse is an award-winning Nigerian actress, writer, chef, and art lover. She was born in Lagos but moved and lived all over Nigeria with her family growing up and now commutes between that country and the United Kingdom. Her breakthrough role was in the 2008 smash hit movie Reloaded, and her star has ascended unceasingly ever since. She's been praised with bringing an incredible sense of refinement to every role she plays, and this has earned her the nickname Silent Tsunami. Today we have the marvelous Miss Ikpe-Etim all to ourselves, dear listeners, and we're not only going to learn more about the woman herself, but we'll be talking to her about her magnificent turn as Her Excellency Jumoke Randle in the Netflix absolute monster hit King of Boys 2, Return of the King. Can you wait? I can, so let's begin. As always, listeners, if you want to join the conversation, well, you can't join the conversation today, but if you want to send a message when we do air it, just send a message to WhatsApp on 0745 9906822. And if you're on social media, go ahead and combine radio, Jambo, and Scotland, and you will find us, and just leave all your comments about the interview and all your feelings about it. So let's begin. Welcome to the show, Nse. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
I'm very fine. Before we start, I wanted to let you know why this is important. So we're a very new community here in Scotland, the African community. No, it's fine, please. Please. The more natural, the better. He's in love. He loves you, so why not? He can be your co-guest. We're a very small community here. We're new and we're growing. And I know the African community in England is well established in its third or fourth generation at this point. And we're just in our first, I like to say 1.5, because we just have our teenagers now who are growing up completely in diaspora. But the rest of us lived in Africa and we now live here, and we're making our community, making our links. And so, of course, Nollywood, Gollywood, and all the other forms of African, entertainment and the industry is very important to us because it helps us keep our links. And so when things happen like King of Boys and a project like that, and they're super successful, it's so important to us because it really, really connects us back to the homeland. So we're so happy to invite you into our little brand new community and share with our listeners, people like you. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Right. So, could you tell us a bit about yourself? I know I did some research on you, but I would like to hear in your own words. I know you grew up all over Nigeria and with your family. It's okay. This is fun.
Yes, I did. I did. You look nice. I didn't know.
It's okay. The more natural, the better. This is how we do it here in Scotland. We're like that, and this is Glasgow, so we're not Edinburgh. We're not Edinburgh. We're not. High and mighty. This is Glasgow. We're down to earth in Glasgow, so it's cool. It's really cool. So you're okay. It's great. This is going to be outros. I promise. You were born in Lagos?
Yes, I was.
But you grew up in Jos, and is that correct?
Yes, Jos, Kaduna, Kwara State, which is Ilorin.
Ilorin, okay. Yes. And then you went to university in Calabar?
University of Calabar, yes. Yeah.
I went to UNIU, so there's that. I did, yeah. So I was in Akwa Ibom for 6 years. Loved it. Ibibio culture is the best. I had so many preconceived notions before I went to Akwa Ibom, and I came back 6 years later, a completely changed perspective. I loved it. The language, the food, the people, the femininity of the women, incredible. So amazing.
Yes,
there's a particular femininity.
Too, yes.
Yeah, there is absolutely. How are you? Are you happy? Yeah.
I am. I'm happy. You know when you find peace peace that you cannot explain. You are happy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
See.
that time, so I'm in my, no, it's not such that I'm in a comfort zone that I don't want to strive harder,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm in my place of comfort. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
any sense?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
You do, what I mean, what is understood doesn't need to be over-explained. So we do get it, and everybody's striving for that. So if you've attained it, then we can only take examples from you. Um, I I mean, you're commuting at the moment, right, between the UK and Nigeria. How does that work? How are you doing? How is that? How are you making that work?
I got a very understanding partner,
Mm-hmm.
and it's funny because we were having this conversation a couple of days ago. Couple? No, actually yesterday, and he said to me, um, you know, if you don't do what you do, you'd have probably just died, and so you'd have wasted away.
Yeah.
So anyone who loves you has to let you do what you do. It's one
Mm.
thing that makes you truly happy. So with that, when there's work,
Mm-hmm.
I just try to spend as much time as I can back at home
Mm-hmm.
here with him. But then
Mm-hmm.
when there's work, I fly back to Nigeria.
Okay.
So
And what do you think of as home? Do you think of Nigeria as home anymore, or do you think of the UK as home? What do you think
home is
of
where
as,
my heart is.
okay?
So
And
it
that's
doesn't
wherever you
matter.
are.
No, that's where, because my heart now it's two that beats as one.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever my other half is home.
Okay. I do tend to, when I travel, when I'm here, I think of Nigeria as home, and then when I'm in Nigeria, I refer to Glasgow as home. So I have that, dichotomy of
The
self.
thing is, everywhere you are at the
Mm.
point in time is truly home. As long as
Mm.
you're happy.
Yeah. True.
As long as you're happy. Because I never truly think as if I've left.
Yeah, Nigeria. It's true. It's true.
And the reasons are because I still try to, I speak pidgin when I can.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I just literally say to myself, all right, this week I'm speaking on the pidgin English.
Try that. I try that and it doesn't never works out. 2 minutes later, I'm switching back.
I'm switching
So,
and
yeah.
saying, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. And then I connect through food.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I just say, okay, today I really want to have something on the way back home.
Mm.
What am I making? And I'll cook.
Mm.
So
It happens.
so
It
that's
happens to
it.
all of us. We have this whole sense of where are we looking for home, where we are, and then that's where you've made your
I
home, and
think
then
home
there's
isn't
this longing.
geographical.
Mm.
It's not geographical.
Mm.
Home can never be geographical. I think it's just where your heart is, where you find the most peace.
Yeah, true. And where you've made your connections, where you made your community, I think, as well, the sense of community.
So yeah, but I try not to make it so physical
Mm-hmm.
because some people never get out, but that's truly home for them.
Yeah, true,
See?
true,
So
true.
it's just, I think, finding peace anywhere could
Yeah,
be home. And you could have 1,000,001 homes as long as you're peaceful everywhere you go.
yeah.
So why not?
Yeah, true, true, true. I was going to talk to you about the project, but before I do, I want to understand and appreciate the fact that you've probably done a lot of press for it, as we talked about that earlier, and so you must be exhausted answering the same question. So before I ask you any questions on King of Voice, I want to ask you, how do you keep it fresh? How do you keep it fresh in your interviews and your promotions, and you're talking about the movie and the series? How do you not get burnt out talking about it all the time and keeping the enthusiasm?
Ah, I don't know. I think it depends on the questions that are being asked.
Okay.
Because and then we have to start checking our vocabulary. How do I change that word?
Yeah, I said that 3 interviews ago. I understand. Okay, so let's try.
But let's
Let's
try.
try. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
But
All right.
I have a feeling
Mm-hmm.
you have questions that no one's ever asked me.
Yes, I hope so. I
I have
do
a
hope so.
feeling.
I do
I
hope
have a
so.
feeling.
All right, let's go. So, audition. Did you audition for it, or was the role created for you?
Of course I did.
It was created for you, or you auditioned for it?
I auditioned.
Wow. I thought it was like you're so perfect in it. I just thought no, this was handed. This was written for her. It was written for you.
No, I think the gloves were made while I was on set because it wasn't made for me.
So how
I
did you?
auditioned.
You
I
did,
auditioned.
and did you hear back really quickly? Was it something that they knew once you did it?
No,
They
no, no,
knew.
not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
I always flunk at every audition.
Oh, wow,
I think I'm always the worst person. For every audition, I'm horrible.
that's very hard to
Nerves,
believe.
I guess.
That's
But
very
it's the
hard to
truth.
believe.
It's the
It's true.
truth. I got a call back 7 months after.
Jeez, 7 months.
So I'd forgotten about it. I'd given up and I thought, nah,
Did you know it was going to
that's not
be
for me.
picked up by Netflix? Did you know it was going to be picked up by Netflix in before it
No,
was?
no, I didn't.
It's just a
No, I
movie.
didn't. Yeah. It was just, we just believed.
Right.
And for me, it was something I always wanted.
Yeah.
Because my manager kept saying to me, "This is a project you should get on." And I said to him, "Why? Why? You not ask the question." And then he said, "Okay." And if they call you for an audition, would you go? I said, "Why not?"
You got
So I
it.
get the audition and then I go and I never hear back. The first month, second, the third, and I thought,
Process
no, it's
was.
great, okay, let that go. The seventh month was when I heard back from Kim Ready to Go.
Mm.
And I thought, okay, so you flunked it, she wants to offer you another role. Okay. And we spoke a bit and then I knew I'd gotten it and I thought, oh my God, that's
This
it.
is
Did you really
it.
get it? Did you really get it? It was weird. It
Like
was really weird.
it must have been incredible. What did you do for your process? Did you model her again on someone you know after seeing the script, after reading the script, or did you just create something?
No, no, I like to think that I don't yes, my imagination is
Pretty good.
wide enough. It's pretty good. But but I like to watch people who've played strong women,
Mhm.
who've played certain kinds of characters that
Mhm.
seemed similar to
Mhm.
what I was reading.
Mhm.
So I saw a few episodes of House of Cards again.
Mhm. With Robin, right?
Yes, and then I saw a bit of Olivia Pope in Scandal.
Mhm.
I was looking for the subtle sensuality without necessarily throwing it out there.
Yes.
And
Yes.
she does that quite well with Scandal, with the character.
Yeah. It's quite restrained.
Very, yeah,
Mhm.
very restrained, but it's
Mhm.
there. So it's just
Mhm.
constant sexual tension that you're
Yes.
throwing off. But then
Yes.
if someone came on you, you'd go, "What's that
Like
about?"
yes.
So it was a
Yeah.
contrast.
It's a tight wire. It's very tight.
Very tight wire, but you know it's there. So for you to break through, she has to open up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wanted that, and then I also why do I always forget the last person? It was in
Right.
Suits.
Meghan Markle. No.
Not
Gina Torres. Gina Torres.
yes, it wasn't
Yeah.
Megan because she was
Yeah.
a
Says
paralegal, so
Richard
it
Barley.
wasn't her.
Gina Torres.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, it was Jenna Torres,
Yeah.
the
The
head,
boss.
yeah,
Yeah. She's
the
amazing.
boss.
She's incredible.
Yeah,
She's
I found
incredible.
her very. So I drew from them,
All three of
and then
them.
Kemi sent me a scene from Dynasty
Oh, back in the day. Joan Collins.
back in the day.
Joan Collins.
Sent
Yeah.
to
There's
me. Just watch that and whatever you take from it.
the 80s at the very best.
And I
At their
watched
very
it.
best.
I kept watching it. And so that was a premise in which I worked for the scene between myself and Eniola Salami
Yeah. Oh yeah.
in the
Pedestrian.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
not Diamond, sorry. Yeah, the pedestrian one. That one. And speak, I got that. The way I said the pedestrian, I need to remember what was
Pedestrian.
it.
Her
The
tastes are
pedestrian.
more Pedestrian.
Her palette.
Her palette is more pedestrian. I wanted to reach into the screen
doesn't know
and throttle you.
I
And
did
that's how you know
myself.
you're doing your job. I was like, I'm gonna kill her.
Yes. So it was how do I say this? So that scene was where I learned that champagne gets burned.
Okay.
So when it's been in
know.
the freezer for too long, or it
Right.
freezes over a certain
Yes.
temperature,
Yeah,
it's
and it
frozen
loses.
or it's burned.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought she's put her down by she's opening up the other lady's opening up champagne, and then
Yeah.
it's the black lady who turns and says, "It's burned."
It's bent.
I'm so excited, and I thought, yes, she's winning something. She's winning something because
Was
it was like
Diane Carroll? Diane Carroll's character.
was it her cat? I
Diane
think so.
Carroll.
So
She
I
was
know.
Dominique something.
Dominic, thank you. Yes,
Dominique.
that's her.
Yeah. Diane
Yes,
Carroll.
that's her. I
Yeah,
couldn't
she
remember
was
the name.
amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it was fantastic. It was such a powerful scene, and
They
I
were
said,
something else back then. They don't make them like that anymore. I
listen,
don't think that they don't. But I think you captured that spirit really well. And I think the first scene of you, I think, is just your lips that are shown first. And everyone who knows you knows your lips. So as soon as the camera pans and it's just your lips, your face is
should I
not
get
shown.
them insured?
You probably should. You probably should. Your eyes and then your lips, and then the camera goes in, and people are like, "Yep, we know who that is," and then your face shows. They're like, "Yep, is who we thought." So that was pretty, powerful. That first scene when you came on the screen. No, I think you captured the power really well. I was gonna ask you, do you think we all indulge in right now in Schadenfreude on over Jumoke's fate? Why do you think that is? Why do you think everyone is so happy to see her put in her place, so to speak, quote unquote? And we're all like, yes, good for her. She's going to Aja and all that. And there's all of that jubilation over her downfall. Why do you think there's that collective jubilation over her downfall?
Because man is inherently tied to evil. You have to strive to be good.
Be better. Wow.
Even though, because Eniola's character is not exactly a saint.
No, absolutely not.
But yet you're rooting for her. Yes, this is not because she delivers that character so fantastically that it's so believable. You almost can see someone like that.
Yep.
And in their heads, they're like, "That's our king. Oh, how dare you stand up to her?"
Mm-hmm.
So it's a thing of fighting power, and you don't care who fights power.
Yeah.
If power feels like power is oppressing you,
yes, it doesn't matter if you're the bad guy.
whatever comes, as long as you topple that thing at the top.
Yes.
So the king's voice literally, is metaphorical in the sense that if we feel oppressed as humans, we don't care. We will inherently turn evil to deal with the supposed good.
Yes. Until it's over.
That's what really makes it a very global story.
Yes. Because we're all struggling with these demons.
All struggling. So that's what it is. And
do you think there's also an element of... Sorry, Inter. So go ahead. An element of, she's powerful, but she should know that she's not to the level of this woman. How could she think, basically what we say in Nigeria, you did too much. She did too much. We like to see you stand up, but when you realize this person she passed your power, so to speak, why do you keep pushing? Why did she keep pushing?
But why should she cower to two gods? She had one already.
Yeah.
Her mother. What I mean? So for Jumoke had her mother-in-law, and Jumoke mirrored her mother-in-law.
Absolutely.
And so for her, that was who she had. Aduke became Jumoke through the eyes of this lady.
Chief.
And she wasn't going to drop that. How do you?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I mean?
I never looked at it from that angle. She was already kowtowing to somebody else. So Eniola was just a barrier, in her way. Because for us
In
who are
her
following
way.
Eniola, we're like, Eniola is the king. How dare she? Okay, it's fine. She's funny. She's powerful. She's this. She's manipulative. But she should know who is better than her. And then once it doesn't work, stand aside. But Jumoke didn't stand aside. And we're like, ah. And then finally she gets a comeuppance. And we're like, yes, It's very cathartic. But it's in a very perverse way.
Yes, it is, and it's weird that people connected to the character in such a manner that they spoke about it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how that is, but then you constantly root for the guy who stands in your way.
True. True. True.
Yeah.
Whose process on set did you admire, apart from yours, of course? Who did you admire? Whose process? Seeing them work and then going, that's incredible. Was there anybody who stood out to you and you went, that's a great process?
As in the actors,
Mm-mm. Everybody.
everybody. Uh, okay. Kemi just works extremely hard.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
She keeps going. She keeps going. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely good as far as I'm concerned because I go. So
Mm-hmm.
it was good to see that someone else wasn't ready to
Yeah.
stop going,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she was willing to just give it her all.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked that. But because it was during, we're more, except we had scenes together,
Mm-hmm.
we were not in
Always
the same,
together.
except and we're sharing meals at
Mm-hmm.
night.
Mm-hmm.
So those times were our downtimes where we share meals.
Yeah.
And then for my character, I only worked with a few people and rehearsed with the governor. I couldn't even repair something on his time. And Kemi said to me, don't help him. I thought, I'm not.
I'm supposed to.
Meaning stay, don't. So, but I think everyone worked extremely hard. Tony Tones, yeah, I remember when she was trying to crack her voice.
Yeah, because she did get the crack in the voice. Yes, she sounded just like Shalasha Mawali. I was like, how is that possible? Yeah, she did. She did
She was
great.
trying to get the crack in her, and it was difficult for her, not difficult in achieving it, but I could see
The strain.
how she was pushing herself to strain to get there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I did see that process, and I thought
amazing.
genius, well done.
Yeah. Even details
It's
like
good to
that
see. Yes.
put in the
right.
story.
I liked Dayami.
Mm-hmm.
I like Dayami. I like his goofiness. Yes, of course. He would grow my character up. Another character that was so annoying was Reverend Ifeanyi's character. His
Oh my
laughter.
goodness. Oh my goodness. With the hee hee
That
hee.
little thing. Let me see how he does it again.
And there was that soul patch he had. Soul patch.
It was so, and it was. I enjoyed working with everyone. I think on that set, I enjoyed working with everybody.
Very good. Very good.
And Yola Salami was fantastic when we had to rehearse our lines, and would just read it and go, "Oh, okay, let's go."
And then she'll do it and then
Want to
go
do it again? I do it. Do you want us to go again? I'll say that. Do you think I'll say to her, I still don't have my lines. Can we go again? She go, yes, darling. All right, let's go. So yeah, it was fantastic working with her.
No, that's good. Did you get a chance to practice your Yoruba? Because I knew you didn't have many Yoruba lines. But you did do that scene where you spoke Yoruba, and I think you did good. I think you did good.
I was reciting these lines everywhere I could. Do you speak Yoruba? Yes. I'm not saying it. I kept going. And everyone would go, what? I'm like, my line.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
I'm trying.
No, it was good.
Honestly, thank you. It was
It was
really
good because
funny.
I'm tonally challenged. I speak Yoruba, but my tone is all over the place. And the second I start speaking Yoruba, Yoruba people know, yeah, something's up with that girl's Yoruba. So I get it. I do get that tonal thing. It's such a
But
tonal language.
understanding Jumoke,
uh,
Jumoke would never speak Yoruba the way Eniola Salami speaks it.
Absolutely not.
As
She's
far as she's
posh.
con- as far as she's so Yoruba would come out.
Yeah, very Lagos Yoruba. Yeah, kí ló ń ṣe yín jọ̀ọ́, ẹ jọ̀ọ́. You know,
Just
that's that
yeah.
Yoruba. Yeah, please.
So,
Vocal fry. That's like the vocal fry version of Yoruba. Like the Lagos
yes,
1%. Speaking of the 1%, do you think they still exist in Lagos? Then the
of course they
1% you
do.
don't see, the Lagosians
Of
you
course they
don't
do.
see, and how
Of course they
influential do you
do.
think they are still? Do you think it's still a thing where they're pulling the strings behind the scenes, or do you think it's just their days are gone?
Is this politically or fashion?
Socially, politically, not fashion-wise, no. Socially and
Okay.
politically.
I don't know about politically because
Mhm.
I'm apolitical,
Okay.
but I have a point of view.
Hmm. Fair enough.
But yes, but socially, yes,
Okay.
because when the 1% has a party, you know the 1% has had a party.
Yep.
It's
Absolutely.
not garish, it's not tacky, it's just what it should be.
Hmm.
And the crowd is exactly what it should be.
Hmm.
And you go, they still exist.
Yeah. And then when it's time to get married, when it's time for the progeny to get married, that's when you really see the difference, because the vetting processes are just completely different. Completely different.
Yes, and it's it's crazy how Jumoke Randle would have scored
Yes.
a Tunde Randle
Yes. In
she
real life,
cleaned up real
she
good.
must
Now
have.
that is a hustler.
That's a come up.
Yes, wait, she did it,
Yeah. But they still
and
had
she
their
never
eye on her.
and they still and the family still felt that she was a threat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I
Mm-hmm.
think that she's done good. I really love the character.
Oh, what do you think happens next? First, I have two questions. This is a two-in-one question. The first is, what do you think happens next to Jumoke? No spoilers, of course, but do you think she's going to rise again like a phoenix?
I think I don't know because this would be a writer's delight,
Dilemma, yeah.
and it's a writer's dilemma as well. But speaking as an actor and as the character,
Mm-hmm.
what would I do?
Mm-hmm.
Take the flat by not showing your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Jumoke Randall would not have kept money for herself?
Oh, should have been squirreling away month after
There
month,
you go.
month
That's my
after
point.
month.
So the Ajah story is great.
Okay,
Take the flat
fantastic.
and let them know that it's okay. Yeah, you have it, and you think you have it all played out.
I think she wants power. I don't think it's about money. I think it's about prestige for her, and
Yes.
ascending, because she's climbed to the very top, but she's not there.
Yeah.
And now
She's
she's
not
had
there
a
yet.
setback. So I think it might be she might want to get primary power for herself, not as a supporting character anymore, but perhaps primary character for herself, and maybe even joining forces with former enemies. Who knows? That could work.
Why wouldn't she want to take them down and
Or
die
use them.
trying?
Or even use them. I mean, it's just so much in there. There's so much that can be done. My second question was a lighter one. So what do you think is going to happen to Sheung? What is she going to do to Sheung?
Who?
Jumoke Randle.
Sheung? Is he still alive?
Like Sheung was on TV. I was like, oh no, oh no.
You know what's even funny about that scene? And I have to tell you this.
Mm.
I had to do the scene without watching him do what he was doing.
Oh.
So it was shot differently. I
Yes,
didn't even
yes.
see how he,
He was
so I
there.
just knew. So I was just listening to the director speak and reacting.
Oh, you did good. Oh, you did good.
And I,
Oh, you did good. I thought you were watching
so
TV at that point. Mm.
when I watched it, I thought, okay.
You really did that. You did that. I
I
was like,
said,
oh no.
okay, okay. But I was thankful because if you don't have the right voice
Mm. You can't
and
react.
and you're not being directed properly in a scene
Yeah.
like that,
Mm.
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
true.
yeah,
No, your
so I
reaction to
really
I mean, your face, or her face, sorry, Jumoke's face, when the press conference was going down. I was like, I mean, I felt horrible for being
Sharon
so
was.
happy. Sharon was like, well, Sharon was like, Sharon, like,
Then
he's
you know
over
that they're
there.
filming. You know that
It's
the
the
stand-up people.
Excellency. I'm like,
I
I'm dead.
saw.
I'm done. It was just hit after hit after hit after hit. He could have stopped. He didn't have to say that. It was already, you were done already. And then he had to add, by the way, if I die, listen, go get her. It's amazing. It was great.
He was good.
It was great. Show. Oh my show.
Oh my show.
Oh my show. All right. How does it feel being part of such a successful international project? Because people are losing their minds all over the world for this project. I mean, Nollywood has done international projects before, crossover projects before. We had Netflix. There were lots of Nollywood movies on Netflix and all of that. But something about this particular one seems different, and it's super successful. So how does that make you feel being part of that?
I'm just I'm just filled with gratitude, honestly, because it didn't have to be me. It could have been anybody else.
That's not true.
It,
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That was you. That role was you. That role was you. I was wishing Kemi from part one was alive, so you guys could have squared off, the Yoruba Fune and the Yoruba Fune together. If Adeswa's character was still alive, that would have been perfect. You
yeah,
guys would have done that. That would have been
she
a
was
scene
so
to die for.
annoying.
She was. But, sorry, to go back to the question, I interrupted you.
No, that's fine. So I think. Oh, there you go. I've been thrown off.
So I was like, how does it feel being part of such an international success?
So yes, so I said gratitude. I'm really grateful for the opportunity, and it could have been anyone else's. And now, don't interrupt me. It could have been anyone else's. But it feels really, it feels good. Cannot tell a lie.
Mm-hmm.
It feels really good. But then again, it ignites my fear. Can I live up to what I have done? And I don't know.
No, of course you can. With human nature comes that every big success, and you go, what next now? And how the higher you go, the more you fall. But people just, I mean, you will. Your star has been on the rise for so long, and it's been so steady. And this is not out of nowhere. This is deserved. And all you have to do is just keep the momentum. You don't have to do anything crazy or radical. Just keep the momentum. You're done. You're made. It's good.
No, I'm in the making.
After this turn, no, it's over. Today I came to the office and to start getting ready for you, and I said, Nse Ikpe-Etim, and people lost their minds. One person is right here, lost their minds. What? Jumoke Randle? Jumoke Randle? You see, so it's done. It's over. Like, this is it. It's over. This is you. We have Rocky, we have Rambo, we have Arn the Terminator, we have Jumoke Randle. It's done. Iconic,
Oh, no,
done.
I cannot believe that.
Everybody else has a first name, in the project. Only you is referred to as Jumoke Randle. Nobody goes Jumoke or Mrs. Randle. Just Jumoke Randle. It's a name already. It's iconic. It's done. So I wouldn't worry too much. I would not worry at all. You could do part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Be happy.
They should. The original, the J.K. Randle family, right? Or the
No.
family.
Tunde and
Tunde
his
Randle.
mother.
Oh my God. She was She was scary. She was
Oh, I
scary.
forgot to mention her. How can
Tyra
I
Lysett.
forget such an iconic woman?
Yeah.
She was beautiful to work with.
2 scenes and she
First time I
killed
met
them.
her, we just had coffee together, and that
Okay.
was it. We just had coffee. I watched her, and I saw her nails. It's weird. I came on with red nails for my character. I thought,
Yeah. Yeah. Red lipstick,
we'd
red nails.
spoken about it. Kemi and I, and we thought, okay, red nails, yeah, that's a look. So I went for red. I walk in to her room, and she's got red nails. I thought, yes, we are in sync. I get this. Because if it wasn't red, I would have changed mine.
Yeah. To match her.
I want to match her. So I was really happy. And then naturally she loves coffee, and I thought,
this is working.
A nice one. It's working. And so we spoke, we chatted, and then we just tried something. We improved together. The energy that I felt was magnificent. And I thought, Nse, you need to work really hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be here.
To match this.
To work with her to match this.
Some people just have it. They just have it. Some people just have that thing. We don't know what that thing is, but they have it. Yeah, and I think she's one of those people. Because she had 2 scenes and, unforgettable. 2 scenes and unforgettable.
That's how to show up.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Show
when we saw her in the morning with your stuff, we were like, uh-oh. You knew already what was going on, what was going down. So, yeah.
And my character was in bed.
She's like, I was like, I thought it was a little fight. You woke up alone. I was like, oh, he's still mad. Oh, she'll make up with him. No, that wasn't it. It was catastrophic.
He's just a mommy's boy.
Absolutely. And they all. Do you think she married in? Do you think she married into power and wealth? Or do you think she came from power and wealth? Do you think that's why she's so grasping of it and holding on to it? Because she married in as well? What do you think?
Most times, that's what happens.
Yep.
When you marry in, it's not you.
Yes, so you have to.
So you have to hold on to it. You
overcompensate.
You don't want overcompensating and making it. This is who we are. This is who we are.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when you see people people who are actually really wealthy. Don't throw it around.
They're relaxed.
You just, really relaxed. You're not bothered about. It's not about that. It's wealth. I've got it.
Yeah.
But then, on the other hand, you've made a few quid here and there, and you think, oh, I've got to buy a really large car so people can see.
To see. It's true.
The wealthy man's not going to do that.
No. I mean, it's nice to be flashy, but only when it matters. I have friends who are super wealthy, and you only see it when there's a wedding, a birthday party, some event, and then you go.
It's more tangible.
Oh, yes.
It's for memories. They're memorable. They create amazing memories.
Yes. And you go,
and that's all you have to life, really. Beautiful memories.
And what you leave
So
behind.
why not create them? Exactly. So it's more likely that that's what happened. If not, there must be a life-changing event that made her that way.
Yeah. Or maybe sibling rivalry within the powerful family. Anyway, there's so many roads we can go down. So many roads. Would you I know I'm really. It is. There's so many opportunities to keep telling it, and we're here for it. People are saying, "Oh, it should have been 7 episodes. Could have been 5." No, I wanted 10. I wanted 20. I could have been there all month. I don't care. It was amazing. And then my father-in-law, he's Scottish. He's a 79-year-old Scottish guy, and I sat him down like, we're watching this. We're watching this.
Did he like it?
Oh, he loved it. He was like, Benny, you really get involved in your stories, don't you? I was like, yes, I do. And I'm like, I'll pause and I'll go, Dad, so you see in Lagos, in Nigeria, you see this lady, that's your mother-in-law. These are the people who are running things, that they're very classist. And I would explain all that, all the political stuff. And then we'll continue. And now when she speaks Yoruba, I'll be like, I'll pause it. I'm like, Dad, you see, when they speak, we put proverbs into things, so it makes it deeper and more meaningful. And he'd be like, okay. And I kept going on like that. It was ridiculous. But he loved it. He loved it. He loved it. And he did love you. And he was like, I don't think he was happy with the way things turned out, but he liked you. I was going to say,
Thank you.
would you have done the same thing if you're in that situation? Are you like Jumoke at all in any way? I'm suspecting not. But if you did find yourself in that situation and that family, would you have gone along the same lines, the same route as she?
It's hard to say because she didn't do anything. She was only fighting to keep them there.
Yeah.
For her man, even though it was a bit selfish, because yes, she was game, but she was being a typical woman, doing it just to put him there. Because she could have left him.
Yeah. Or leave power.
Survive without the name.
Yeah, leave power. Yeah.
So I think it was more. It was for him, but for her.
The gain was there. Yeah.
Yeah, for her as well, because maybe I think he should do that. Sure, I think he should do that. So I think she was controlling the strings.
Yeah, and he was just going along with it.
But the mom had a tighter one.
Oh yeah, for sure. He could have come around. I think he probably would have come around if his mother had not gotten involved, and she would have, made things better. But one scene. No, you don't think so? The second she confronted him, it was over.
The reason why he kept blaming her.
It was you.
He felt she was overstepping.
Which she was. Which she was.
No, she wasn't. He thought it was about having a baritone voice and a fine face. And giving her have a dream speech everywhere he went. That's not how politics is run.
Maybe for him that could have been like, I can do this Obama style. I can do it Obama style.
Even his father knew that.
And scene. What I did like was when he said, you stupid woman, and you caused all this, and she didn't back down, because most times that moment would have been, I'm so sorry, and and it was, forgive me, and she just went, nah, you're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. Let's go. And that was quite a difference, because we were all expecting her to, do the whole Nigerian wife thing, which is apologize, to keep the peace and all of that.
What?
She was like, nope.
She did nothing wrong.
Did it for him.
You saw, you walked with her through her scenes. She did she was not immoral in any way. She used her sensuality.
She did.
But did she follow through?
No, she didn't go all the way.
It was just
to get what she wanted.
And most people do it. It was an art of seduction. Which I hear is great in business.
Listen, silk and steel, that's what we are. We have to be strong and soft at the same time, the African woman.
Exactly.
That's true. I mean, I just think because we're all rooting for the anti-hero Eniola, and then she's there just blocking Eniola, and we're like, get out of the way.
Jumoke Randle was like a niggly maggot.
Let Eniola be great. Let her be great.
I'll be there to stare at this conversation. I'm not going anywhere.
All right, we could talk about the project all day long, but we better leave it alone because we could be here for hours talking about it. So what's next for Nse? Do you have anything planned right now, or are you taking a hiatus, or are you working on anything right now?
No, I came back home after I was done working. I'd done a few shot a few projects. I don't think I'm allowed to talk about them just yet.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
no,
something, you
not.
have things, irons in the fire.
Yeah, character. Well, one of the characters is Cry. Far cry
Oh.
from Jumoke
Jumoke
Randle.
Randle.
Oh, she. No, this character too. I think. I don't know if people will connect to her, but they'll see her.
Yeah, that's what you bring to it. First time I saw you in a film was in a movie called Phone Swap. And I loved that. I love that film. And my father-in-law watched that as well. I think that was his first Nigerian film. And he was like, what's going on? I was like, chill, I'll walk you through it. But it was great. It was really good. That whole, but you were from the other side this time around. So that was great seeing the double. That was good.
Yes, I was from the other side.
Yeah.
And I had to learn how to speak Igbo.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, being an actor what is that? What is that job? You guys, can you do this? Yes, I can. Can you speak Igbo? Yes, I can, and I will, or I will in 5 minutes. Is that how you guys just do things?
Not in 5 minutes. Not in 5 minutes. We need time. Well, I need time to learn. If it's going to have a language, can I have time? Which is not something we always have. We never have ample time. But when we're given, I know there are actors that can. Well, I can try and hope that I can get it. But I'm willing to push.
Of course.
And I think as an actor, you should be willing to push and push. Well, know your boundaries, but you should be able to push.
Yeah.
So I constantly push. I push. Can I? I'll try again. Can I push? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can.
So is it that thing they say as an actor, is it true that if they ask you, can you do something, you just say yes and then learn it later? You never say, no, I can't do that.
Yes. Well, most people tend to. I never tell you I can't.
Just live your life.
I just say, I'm not sure, but can you give me a few weeks to see if I can? Because I also don't want to, as much as I want it, there might be someone else who's proficient in it. Why not?
Okay. We're being magnanimous. I like it.
Why not?
I like it. Okay.
I'm lazy. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm lazy.
Listen, if you own it and it works for you, and so far you're doing great, why not? Do what you have to do.
I'd rather be sleeping, but
you have to work.
But then we have to work. And I love my job, so.
No, I'm looking forward to your next projects. I am. I'm going to go do a backlog of all the Nse movies because I think I've been lacking. So I'm just going to go have a proper weekend of you. And yeah, that's going to be good. Have you been to Scotland?
I hope you have fun. Of course, it's one of my favorite.
Yay, close bombs.
But I haven't done Glasgow. I've never done Glasgow.
Oh,
so
we are.
Christmas,
you should.
Christmas is always either Aberdeen or Edinburgh. Because I really enjoy the Hogmanay. But I don't know this year where Christmas will be.
That's a good place to be.
We haven't made plans now.
Yeah, it's a good place to be. Not knowing what's going to happen. That's good. I like that.
Two Christmases ago, we had no idea where we're going. I just looked and said, you know what? We're going to Scotland. Because we didn't plan. I'm like, no.
Let's go.
Let's just go.
You'll be aware though, in Glasgow, we're a bit more, you're more likely to see a bottle fight, people breaking bottles on each other's heads than you are to see, anything fancy and Scottish. We're crazy out here in Glasgow. It's different. It's not Aberdeen. We're wilder. We're like the we're the wild cousins. We're the wildings. Yes. In Edinburgh, they're all frou-frou. And in Glasgow, we're like ready to fight any second.
I love Edinburgh, by the way. I love Edinburgh.
Oh, we're not Edinburgh, so beware.
We'll drive through.
You drive through, just nice,
Drive
nice,
through.
and just quickly. Okay. It's I'm being told by my producer that I have only 5 minutes left. This is crazy because I could talk to you forever, but I want to give you some what I tell my quick questions. Don't think
Yeah.
about it, just real quick. I know you've done, you've done interviews like that before, but off the top of your head. So are you ready?
Off the top of my head. All right, my head still is well. Let's go. That's
All right,
fine.
number one,
That's all right.
biggest challenge so far in your career so far. Biggest challenge.
Having to not be there when I had a medical condition,
Right.
and having to go through my darkest moments and try to find support. Yeah, that would be one of my biggest challenges. Yes.
Okay, you overcame that.
Yeah.
All right. Biggest highlight of your career so far, or your life? It could be your life or your career. Biggest highlight so far. So far.
My biggest highlights would be finding balance between my work and family.
Fantastic.
It was a big struggle, finding the right balance. Something's always going to give, but then how do you make up for it? So yeah, that's
All right.
one of my biggest highlights.
Okay. And then 2 things about you that people who know you might not know about you. So not 2 things about you, but 2 things about you that people who know you might not know about you.
I can read 4 books at the same time.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Okay. Okay.
And I can wake up even if it's 2 a.m. and I've been asleep, and I wake up at 2 a.m. I'd say to you, well, it's breakfast time, or it's brunch now in somewhere in the world. So
Let's go. Let's eat.
I'd eat something.
Nice.
That's a really bad habit.
Listen. We've seen what you look like, and it's working. So go ahead, continue. We have eyes. We've seen you. All right, and advice to our listeners in general. So our young listeners who are just starting their lives in diaspora, they're growing up completely in diaspora. How do they keep their identity as Africans while still chasing, the dream, chasing their dreams and their goals and their educational goals or business goals and all of that? How do they keep the balance, and what advice do you have for them for success?
So there's no hard and fast rule to successing or to becoming a successful person, rather. What you have is knowing that not being successful is falling and not getting up again, because those times will come. Focus on the most important things, and those things aren't, I know this is going to sound really weird, aren't snooping on other people's lives on social media.
Absolutely.
It's great, it's amazing, it's beautiful to be there, but you need to control how much you get in there, so that your days are more productive. Except you're making money there,
From there.
then by all means be there.
Go for it.
But make money, come have fun, go out. Expand your horizon, read books, travel if you can. COVID, thank you. But you see, and just learn to love, really.
Okay. That's fair enough. Fair enough. So use your time wisely, people. Young people, use your time wisely. And if you fall,
Because you'll never
get up.
it.
Never get back.
You'll never get it. You never get it once it's wasted.
Nse, it's that time, and I cannot thank you enough. I think you know how I feel. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you. Did you have fun?
I did.
Good. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you making the time for us. And I know you've talked about, like I said before.
You know I forgot, right?
What did you forget? About the interview today?
Yeah.
Thank God. The mic. Thank you so much. Woo. Okay.
At 12:38.
I'm like,
I was in
what?
my I was in my gym jams.
No, 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 no. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Even if you would have taken you as you were, we would have taken you anyhow we could get you. It's fine. Thank you so much. Really, you're
Thank
welcome
you.
to the show anytime. You're welcome to the studio anytime. If you're ever in Glasgow, just don't call us. Don't tell us. Just come. Just come. We're happy. We'll receive you.
Okay.
Just pop in.
Okay.
Just say Jambo Radio to your Uber. He will bring you right here. You don't be a
I will. I
stranger.
will. I'll take this.
If you ever
Thank
want to
you.
come back on the show for any reason, you have any other project you want to promote or anything like that, please don't be a stranger. You're welcome anytime. And we
Thank
wish
you.
you the
This is so
best
kind.
in all your future projects. And
Thank you.
listeners, watch King of Boys, Return of the King on Netflix. Is available right now, 7 episodes of bliss. And of course, you can catch Nse on Instagram, Nse Ikpe-Etim. You cannot miss her. And that's it. Everybody just go out there, watch, watch, watch. Promote, promote, promote,
Thank
promote.
you.
Thank you
Thank you.
so
Thank you. Thank you.
much for
I love
everything. Thank you.
you.
Love you
Thank
too.
you.
Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you in your next project shining like a star.
Raining all day.
Yep, it's raining here. I think it's raining out here as well, but we're fine. We're fine in the studio.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye. All right then. Bye.